Hello everyone, hope you're having a good day. This is Ishan and you're watching English with Z. Now, this is part 2 of discussing the marking scheme for the writing paper, and you can check out part 1 where we've covered the directed writing task, and now we'll be covering the composition task where we have descriptive writing and narrative writing. And the purpose of going over the marking scheme is to get to know what kind of a response is expected from candidates and how they can score it. So, how well of a response they give and what marks they can get against that. And so the candidates can tune themselves accordingly when they practice for the paper and obviously score the best possible during the actual examination. So as you can see, right, section B composition, this is the 2024 specimen paper for English 1123, right? And the composition is 350 to 450 words only on only one of the following topics. There are 10 marks available for content and structure, 15 for style and accuracy. So we'll take a look at those. We've got two topics for descriptive writing, two topics for narrative. The candidate's expected to choose and write on only one, and each one is 25 marks, so they're equally weighed out, obviously. Now, the assessment objectives, right? So this is the marking scheme. The assessment objectives are W1, 2, 3, and 5. Okay. Articulate experience and express what is thought, felt, and imagined. So obviously you're going to be writing either a narrative or a descriptive. And so in either case, expressing what is thought, felt, and imagined is important. Then is organizing and structuring ideas and opinions for deliberate effect, using a range of vocabulary and sentence structures appropriate to context, making accurate use of spellings, punctuation, and grammar, right? Okay, so these are the four questions again. And now we have the general level descriptor first, right? The 10 marks for content and structure for the composition. Okay, so what kind of content and structure and how much you gain in terms of marks against it? Level 1, the task is addressed. So yeah, you've written something. An attempt to convey what is thought, felt, or imagined. It's an attempt. It's not a good attempt. It's a very weak attempt, obviously. Some attempt to structure ideas. Then you've got level 2, where you can get score 3 to 4 out of 10. It's adequate. A few ideas or experiences are expressed in an attempt to convey what is thought, felt, and or imagined. Structure is occasionally clear, sometimes, with some attempt at organization to achieve effects. So obviously better than the last, but not good. Sometimes effective response to the task, so that's level 3, right? So not always, sometimes, but getting better. Some use of descriptive or narrative features to create a sometimes effective response. So some use of those features to create a sometimes. So it's not always effective. It's not always doing its job as a descriptive or narrative piece. Sometimes in between, yeah, right? So again, this is mid-range, not good, but it's not really that bad either. Structure is reasonably clear with some organization and some choices made for deliberate effect, right? So the structure, the way it's organized, the way it's presented, right? The ideas, the flow, all of that, again, right? So that's mid-range. Then level 4, which I call, right, the good range, mostly effective response to the task, right? So it's almost there, not entirely. A range of descriptive or narrative features used to create a mostly effective, so right, so the descriptive features, the five senses and the adjectives and adverbs and the appropriate contextual vocabulary, or the narrative features, the development of the plot, and the rising action and the falling action, all of those, right? So some of those features used to create a mostly effective response. So, right, that's good. Structure is mostly clear, balanced, and well organized, with some choices made for deliberate effect, right? So the choices could be a single sentence paragraph. Uh, it could be, for example, a flashback in the narrative, or maybe, right, a use of uh, color uh, to invoke a sense of taste, perhaps, or something in a descriptive response, even though taste is not something that you come across given the topic. So, right, so some choices made for deliberate effect. And then finally, right, the perfect response is consistently effective response, a wide range of features used consistently and effectively. The structure is clear, it is well balanced, and you've done really good job. It's perfect or near perfect at least, right? And you've organized it brilliantly, given all the effects you can, and yeah, great job. Then we have the style and accuracy, right? And there are 15 marks for those. So let's take a look. Level 1 attempts to use simple sentence structures, simple vocabulary, some accuracy in spelling. So even though you're using simple vocabulary, the spelling is, there's some accuracy, not entirely, along with the punctuation and grammar, right? So again, a weak response. So that's what style and accuracy means, right? The sentence structures, the vocabulary, the punctuation, the spelling, all of that. Level 2 uses simple sentence structures accurately, which may be repetitive, a range of simple vocabulary, which may be repetitive, generally accurate use of more simple spellings, the more the somewhat complex or more complex spellings, right? So the candidate may fumble with those. The mid-range uses most sentence structures accurately, sometimes attempting complex ones with success. So it's not just simple sentence, it's compound complex ones or compound complex ones. Sometimes those come in and successfully so, right? But mostly sticking towards perhaps simple and compound sentences, not so much the complex ones. Uses a straightforward range of appropriate vocabulary. So yeah, getting the this one is like getting the job done. Right? It's not getting the job done well, but it is getting it done. Uses a straightforward range of spelling, punctuation, and grammar. Again, right? Okay. Then we have level 4, which is the good range. 10 to 12 can be scored here. Uses a range of sentence structures accurately, including some complex ones. Effective use of a range of vocabulary. So it's not just simple anymore. There's some more complex spellings or more challenging vocabulary, right? So that's there, and they're using it accurately, including some complex language. So, right, that's good. You're at level 4, good. And then the perfect response, right? Everyone wants to be there. Possibly can be as well, right? It's not unachievable. Uses a wide range of well constructed sentences accurately, including complex sentences. So you almost have like a literary piece over there. Precise and effective use of a wide range of vocabulary, right? So you know what you're talking about. You have the treasury of words at your disposal, and you know where to put them to use and how. Highly accurate use of complex spelling, punctuation, and grammar, right? So you're using the commas and the semicolons and the colons and everything else, and right, the reported and direct speech and active and passive voice, and like the whole shebang, right? And so a perfect or near perfect response and very well done. And so that's 15 and 10 earlier, and a total of 25 marks for composition, right? So this is an overview of the marking criteria for the writing paper. I hope that was useful. I'll be coming up with more videos relating to the English 1123 syllabus of Cambridge assessments and other content as well. You can check my channel, right? I have some classic fairy tale readings and poetry as well, and more content to come for that as well. And right, I've got other things planned and in the works, so stay tuned for that. And if you found this helpful, kindly like, subscribe, and share. If you think it was helpful, I'd pass it on to others as well. And I hope to see you on the channel again, right? So have a good day and see you later.